What's up, everybody? My name is Ken, and I am a European here today to react and learn about 10 secret Japanese customs and unspoken rules that foreigners don't know about. This seems really interesting. This video is by Samurai Matcha. Very cool name, huh? Way cooler than my name. Anyway, this video looks cool, so let's just jump right into it. Let's go.
Welcome back to my channel, I'm Aki. Did you know that Japan's got a bunch of secret customs and unspoken rules that most foreigners don't know about? Today, I'm so excited to spill the beans on the top 10 that I bet you will find very interesting. Trust me, knowing these will make your trip to Japan 100 times more fun. Also, it might make your life even better. So please watch this video and enjoy it.
It can make my life better. That sounds good. I haven't actually been to Japan yet, but I do really want to go. So I'm hoping this can actually prepare me for the time that I do actually go to Japan. Hopefully sometime next year. I'd really like to go to Japan.
Until the end, let's go. First, the mystery of the last bite on the plate. Alright, picture this. You're at the restaurant with your Japanese friends in Japan, and you'll find a plate with one bite left on it, and nobody's making a move for it. You might think, is there poison in it or something? But it's not. Well, here's the deal. Japanese people are super considerate. So nobody wants to be the one
that it's like always thinking about others, taking care of others, not selfish at all. Many people in the West or in Europe and other places also, they would kind of just think about themselves and just be fastest to grab it. It's like a competition who can grab the last piece first to get that extra food. I love how civilized this is, really.
To eat that last bite. So it just sit there untouched. And when someone finally decides to go for it, they usually ask, mind if I grab it? Yeah, it's like an unspoken rule. In Kansai area like in Osaka, they call this last piece the enryo no katamari, kind of lump of hesitation. So if you ever get
that's a good name, yeah. Should I take it? Sure enough.
Chance say, can I eat enryo no katamari in front of Japanese folks? Can I eat enryo no katamari? I bet you'll get.
Okay, I'm gonna try saying it, guys. Okay.
If you ever get the chance, say, can I eat enryo no katamari in front of Japanese folks? Can I eat
enryo no katamari? Probably butchered that.
Enryo no katamari? I bet you'll get great love. Second, are there people in Japan who secretly clean the public toilets? Yep, really? That's true. From what I've gathered, a lot of successful people and business owners seem to have this habit. Why is that? Well, first in Japan, there's this concept called toku, kind of like good karma in English. And there are two types of good karma. There's yotoku, which is doing good things openly. And there's intoku, which is doing good deeds in secret. So for example, volunteering to pick up trash and being thanked for it would be yotoku, while secretly picking up trash without anyone knowing it is intoku. The fun thing is, intoku is believed to be able to accumulate good karma.
So even like business owners and successful people will do this to get good karma, to make more money maybe, or be more successful in their work. What a great like cultural aspect to just make everyone help each other and the society in general. That's really cool.
More than yotaku, because it without seeking rewards. So it's kind of pure deed. So that's why some Japanese in Japan secretly clean public toilets. Now you might wonder what happened.
Imagine if you're like a minimum wage worker at a bar or a restaurant and a customer did your job for you, cleaned the toilet for you. And it's, maybe you still have to clean it a little bit, but it's way better than what it would be if they didn't do that. Imagine how grateful you'd feel. That's a really good deed. I've never thought about that. In Europe, to be honest, where I'm from, in Norway and in Europe in general, if you go to a public bathroom, there's pee everywhere, it's super dirty, there's no toilet paper, or someone like rolled all the toilet paper out and it's laying on the floor. I really like this about Japan. I think Europe used to be like this also. but it's kind of gone in a downward spiral lately. I like that Japan is still like civilized like this.
Happens if you accumulate intoku? Well, we think your accumulated good karma builds up in the unseen world, and eventually it can.
Honestly, this sounds like very Christian, but I guess this is like philosophy that's been around for thousands of years. But it's like reminding me of like church.
Manifest into things like money, connections, good health, or learning opportunities. But at first,
I
actually,
believe that's real. Yeah, that makes sense.
I was kind of skeptical about this, but it seems pretty legit. I mean, since I started cleaning public toilets, I've genuinely had some amazing encounters like this. So if you're up for it, give secret toilet.
Honestly, I might try this. Why not? I do believe this would actually help people, and it would bring good karma. Yeah, that makes total sense.
Cleaning a try.
Everyone should do that.
Totally recommend it. Third, interesting rule for preparing beer in Japan. Ever heard of pouring beer with specific
I tried this beer recently. It's actually really good. It's the super dry one. I like that.
ratio in your country? Well, in Japan, there's a rule for that. It's called the 7-2-3 rule. Basically, when you pour beer, you aim for 70% liquid and 30% foam. See, I ordered a
So you want the foam?
beer at izakaya the other day. It was perfectly 7-3 ratio, right? But why 7-3? Well, in Japan, it's believed that the ideal beer not only looks beautiful, but also like tastes delicious. And that's achieved with a foam ratio around 30%. I think this role reflects the Japanese characteristic of perfection in even the smallest.
Yeah, it's very perfectionist. Interesting. I never thought about like how much should be foam or whatever. For me, I usually prefer less foam, but yeah, I guess that does make the beer better for some people, huh?
Details. By the way, it was quite a shock to learn that such a rule doesn't exist when I ordered beer for the first time.
Yeah, abroad, there's no rule like this in Europe. That's a shock for Japanese people, really? Wow, interesting. Yeah, I mean, if anything, like you see here, you aim to have way less foam. Foam is a bad thing. We pour it strategically to have as little foam as possible, basically. But they really like foam in Japan, I guess.
Abroad. Fourth, why are Japanese people so uncomfortable with making eye contact? Ever know?
Oh, I can already say this is very similar in Norway. Looking at people is not allowed, almost. Like, societally, it's not like acceptable behavior, staring at people or looking at people. In a lot of parts of the world I've been to, everyone will stare at you, and it does make me really uncomfortable because I grew up around Norwegians and they don't really do that. So I think if I went to Japan, I'd feel very comfortable knowing that the culture is like kind of similar in this aspect.
Notice how Japanese people don't really look in the eyes when chatting with them? Yeah? Sorry about that. Yeah, Japanese people usually aren't good at making eye contact.
Oh,
But-
interesting. While talking to each other, even you won't look at each other. If I look into the camera, do you get uncomfortable? That's interesting. It's definitely like you can't stare where I'm from, but if you're having a conversation, it's kind of expected that you'll look at each other in the eyes. If you don't, you kind of come across as really shy. But in Japan, it's normal to even in a conversation not look at. Wow, that's really extreme. Huh.
Why? There was actually a study at the University of Tokyo comparing eye contact between Japanese and Finnish people. Turns out when Japanese people are looked at by someone, we tend to feel like they're angry or unapproachable compared to Finnish people. Isn't it interesting? In simple terms, direct eye contact sometimes can come off as kind of intimidating for Japanese.
I like staring them down, like yeah, I can see where that would come from. So if I go to Japan, should I avoid staring at people in the eyes when I'm speaking to them just to be polite? And I don't want to scare anyone, obviously. So let me know in the comments. Should I actually keep that in mind? Should I like try and look down at the ground while I'm speaking? Or where do you look? Where do you look while I'm speaking to someone in Japan? Please let me know. That'd be interesting to know.
So try to avoid giving that feeling. We tend not to make eye contact altogether. Does that make sense? But personally, I think many Japanese people just feel embarrassing or rude because back in the day it was considered disrespectful to make eye contact with superior samurai or shogun.
Is this why you have it still? Maybe it's like a lingering thing from the past, basically.
So you're supposed to lower your gaze out of a respect. So even today, Japanese people might still have this habit. So even if Japanese people don't make eye contact when talking or toasting, don't take it like as rudeness, okay?
Noted.
Oh, speaking of making a toast, there's another interesting custom in Japan. The mystery of shifting glasses downward during cheers. Check out these two photos of me toasting. One is with a friend, and the other is with my boss. Can you tell which one is with my boss? Yeah, that's right, it's this one. Because in Japan, there's a toast etiquette, where deliberately shift your glass downward, allowing the glass of the person.
So your glass should be lower than the person you're toasting, and it's a sign of respect to the person whose glass is higher, I'm guessing?
Person of higher states to be positioned higher during the clink. Yeah, it's a typical Japanese cultural consideration for hierarchy. However, being too conscious of this etiquette sometimes leads a funny problem. So both glasses keep going lower and lower.
That's actually funny. Yeah. If you, no one wants to like imply that they're superior, so just keep going lower and lower and lower. Does that happen a lot? Wow, I gotta be careful not to act like I'm superior on accident by toasting higher. When I go to Japan, I need to be careful of this. And also make sure we don't just end up lowering and lowering and lowering. What do you do in that situation? Can't you just go equal? Like, okay, let's agree. Let's just toast equal height.
Or, yeah, if you easily recognize the state of the other person, you can adjust your glass accordingly during the toast, right? But when you are not sure about each other's states, and both are trying to be humble.
What makes someone a superior? Just like for who is this reserved to? Your boss, obviously, if you're employed. Who else? Like your mother-in-law? If you're meeting like grandparents? Is it just like old people in general? Do they get this respect? Teacher? You wouldn't really drink with a teacher though, right? So like who would this apply to? I'm kind of confused about that.
What happens next? Well, humble Japanese people end up lowering their glasses more than the other person. And as a result, you end up with this back and forth game of lower than the other person. It might be happening just...
Oh, you do it until you hit the do you hit the table and then it's over, and then once you hit the table, then you can just toast normally and you're both being respectful and polite. That seems like a big inconvenience though. Like in Europe we like to toast a lot of times, not just once. You toast like every fifth sip. You always go toast, 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 toast. So if you gotta do this every time, that's very time consuming. Interesting.
Around me, not 100% sure, but probably it happens somewhere or sometimes in Japan. Sixth.
That makes sense. Alright guys, this video is kinda long, so I'm actually gonna split this into 2 parts. Just so this video doesn't get too long, as you're already at 14 minutes. So yeah, we're gonna watch the other half tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching. This is my first video on this channel. I plan to do daily uploads of me reacting to Japan. So if that's something you're interested in, then you should definitely subscribe for more. And part 2 will be out tomorrow, of course. And also, if you have some videos you want me to watch and react to, then you can leave suggestions in the comments. I'll be sure to check them out, and I'll credit you if I end up reacting to that video. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.